welcome to CC Writes. My name is CC Lepki, and today I am doing editing sprints again. I'm happy to be back to this. I did it last week and it was really successful. The way that I did it, I felt like I got a whole lot done. So now I'm just going to get right back into it and see how far I can get. Last time I averaged about 5 pages of editing each time, and I'm hoping that I can at least keep up that pace. I'm almost about a third of the way through my story, and I need to get this done as fast as possible, but I'm just gonna put in all the energy I can and get as much done as I can for right now. So I am just going to go ahead and get started on my sprints. So here we go. Nope, here we don't go. I need to set up my clock. That was the first writing sprint. I feel like that went fairly well. Got through about 7 pages of editing. Yeah, that's cool. In this story, I'm trying to think through the character of the mom and how to show symptoms of postpartum depression that she would have experienced when she first had the main character, and then how maybe that would have changed over time up until she's an adult. And that's what I'm struggling with right now. I want to do it in a realistic way that sheds light on how the character would relate to the world around her because of that. I might have to do a little more research on it though, because I don't feel like I'm doing a very good job of it right now. Usually reading articles from like psychology journals and blogs from people who've experienced those sorts of things help me a lot. So I'll probably look more into those for that specific symptom set. Yeah, I do feel like that was a pretty productive 25 minutes though. Ooh, speaking of articles, I read this one the other day. There was this article about an AI called Sophia that's going to be used or they're hoping that pretty soon they'll be able to use it for healthcare, like treating elderly patients and things like that, so that they have sort of the social aspect of being around people. They'll have somebody that they can talk to. And since it's AI, it will be able to learn like how to care for individuals with various symptoms and everything, and do it in a safe way with different diseases like COVID-19 and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to see where something like that is going to go in the future, because the idea that we could get robots for personal care, especially for highly at-risk people, and especially in times when we have new diseases going around that we haven't quite figured out how to deal with yet. It's really exciting to think how that could help us from this point on. And I've seen this particular robot before. It's not like, it's a little weird because it has like a very mechanical sounding voice, which is odd because we do have so many things like Alexa and Google and Siri and all of those that actually speak very well as if they're real people. But maybe it's more difficult if it's a still learning AI. I don't know, but it's really fun to think that like in the future, maybe we could have nursing staff or doctors or even like urgent care clinics that could utilize these sort of machines that can help diagnose patients more effectively. And through the artificial intelligence learning, they'll be able to more effectively diagnose the way that people are able to diagnose without falling into those like systemic racism and things like that, like a machine that doesn't judge people or, dismiss certain symptoms just because of the color of someone's skin. I think that would be really helpful. And then you could also have multiple sites for these sort of things. So you could help reduce the undersaturation of healthcare professionals in low income areas by utilizing something like this. Oh man, the prospects for it are absolutely wonderful. I'm always really excited about different kind of technologies that are being made. I actually just saw Corridor Digital. They did a video about AI and how it can be used in video editing. And one of the things that they were showing was doing the masking out a character so that you can basically erase somebody from a scene that you put them in. So if you have somebody that's a stand-in for a CG character that's supposed to be there, then it'll be a lot faster taking them out and being able to do all of the video editing for it. And they showed an example of it, and it was really, really nice. I was very excited to see that. Of course, I'm not that advanced in my video editing skills, but it's still fun to see all of the really cool stuff that people can do. All right, I'm going to start my second writing sprint. I made it to page 71. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, actually 72. I made it to page 72. That's super cool. I'm very excited about that. So that is my second writing sprint all done. I got through about, how many is it, 10, 12 pages. It's not super hard to get through that many because I don't have as many spots that I need to shore up as I did before. I did, during that sprint, look up postpartum depression and those sorts of things to help me get a little bit better into the story and understand what little things that I needed to change about the things that are going on with the mom. And after looking through some of the articles, I think that actually I did put in a lot of information showing appropriate symptoms for it. Yeah, so that was definitely heartening. It's always nice to see that you did something right. Oh yeah, so last week was my birthday. I actually haven't been out of the house for a really long time, not since I voted in November. Even then, I got like a COVID test afterwards just to make sure that everything was fine. Because my husband, he is a doctor and he has direct contact with patients, so I don't want to risk him getting sick because I went to vote. So I haven't been anywhere in a really long time, haven't been around people for any reason. And so for my birthday, my husband took me out for the first time in a really long time. And he's had his COVID vaccinations, both of them, so he's less likely to get sick from it. So we went to the grocery store nearby, which I mean isn't like the most amazing date ever, but it was still like I got to see other people even just through the window of the car while he went in, and he bought sushi for me and all of my favorite drinks and all of that kind of stuff so that I could have like a nice meal for lunch and actually get out of the house and see the sunlight. And then that night we ordered from Red Lobster for dinner, and so I got to have like a fantastic seafood day, which is great for me because I'm pescatarian. And I just had a really good time with him last week. I was so happy to be able to spend that time with him and do things that I enjoy, especially because I always do something like really big for my birthday because I love my birthday. But because of the pandemic this year, I wasn't able to do anything like what I usually do. So yeah, I had a really good time. It was super nice, and I didn't expect to do anything. So him taking me out and doing that kind of stuff was a surprise for me. I was very happy. He's a good husband. I love him quite a bit. Yes, can I help you? Come on. Somebody wanted to say hello. Yeah. Can you handle me leaving you alone for a little bit longer? Yeah, just a little bit longer. Okay, get down. Good boy, stay. Okay, which one am I on? Third writing sprint. Okay, third writing sprint, and I will start that up now. I went over a little bit that time, but not too bad. I was focusing a little too hard on a memory that I was trying to shove into the story right there. I did make it to page 88. That's cool. I'm already in part 3. I'm over halfway done editing my story. It's so good. I think I should get through the rest of this fairly quickly as well. Yeah, that's nice. I should probably keep my notebook over here. I'm trying to inject more into the story about the main character and her dad, specifically their relationship, because I want to show that they actually have had a good relationship in the past, and it's only recent events that have changed the way that she feels about him and the things that they're going through. I think that I've done that pretty effectively. So apart from this story, I've also been writing some short stories, which I don't usually do short stories a whole lot. Just said I should keep this over here, and then I want to put it over there. I was thinking it would be really fun to try something because it's good writing practice, and because it would be nice to write on a specific theme, but do stories in a bunch of different genres around that theme. And once I'm done with it, I think I'm gonna come on here and like share my stories, because I just thought that would be, having a nice story time on Twitch would be really fun. And then I can keep doing stuff like that around the same theme, changing things and testing out new styles of writing and all of that kind of stuff. And eventually, if I get enough stories to go along with it, then I can probably have like an anthology of those that I can produce, which would be kind of cool. I kind of hate writing short stories though. I like giving everything like a lot of room to breathe and develop. And I also generally just have a lot to say over particular subjects, and I always put in a ton of different themes and all of those sorts of things. So it's hard to write a short story. It's a lot more difficult than writing a long one for me. I mean, I know that there are other people that feel the opposite way about it. I actually had one person tell me a long time ago that they didn't know how to write a long story because they didn't know how to fill in all of the in-between stuff, because they felt that longer stories, like, you have to fluff it up. And I ended up having to explain to them that with long stories, you're just telling a more complete of a story. So it's not that you're putting in nonsense that doesn't belong there. Everything belongs in a story. Like, everything that you talk about should be important to what's going on. And so it's just a matter of having a plot that allows you to have all of that important stuff, and that requires you to talk at length about it. That's my perspective on it anyway. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the very last writing sprint, so let's get started. Well, that's it for me today. I've only got about 25 pages left in my story to finish, so I'll be able to get that taken care of next time. But for now, I'm going to end it here. But thank you so much for joining me today on CC Writes. I hope you enjoyed our time together, and I will see you later.